Hi, everybody. Tonight I'm going to do a test. It's late. There's been lots of family things going on and other things that needed to be addressed today. And I'm running low on Diet Pepsi, so... just to test, what I'm doing right now is I'm running Forza Motorsports on the PC. See it. That's definitely the wrong one. Let's check this here. Here we go. So that is the game running. Now it's currently... Well, for a minute there, it was telling me that my processor was running at 100%. So running the game and the stream at the same time was not working very well. This is the PC version of the game. It does the cross-platform thing, so all of my progression is still saved for whatever it is that's going on. So I want to do two tests tonight. The first one is I'm going to run the rest of this MX-5 Cup on Forza Motorsports and see how this goes. So we're going to do that first. The next thing I want to do when that's finished is I'm going to bring up Resident Evil 4, the remake, and we're going to see how it works inside the program while streaming and doing the whole thing together. So it's not going to be a tremendously long stream tonight. I just want to know that it's going to work. Now, in case of emergency, when I run out of the Diet Pepsi here, I do have a bottle of Dr. Pepper Zero Sugar down below here in the refrigerator, so it won't be as dire as it looks, but it'll be a thing. So, how's it going? What's up? So yeah, we're gonna run both tests tonight. Essentially, we're gonna play Forza Motorsports, play the MX-5 Cup that we have here. Get through that, see how the PC handles streaming and playing the game at the same time. 1080p, 60 frames per second, and then we're gonna play Resident Evil 4 for a few minutes. I'll probably run through the first section and get into the village, just to see how the stream program responds. Running that as well. Sound like a plan? That's what we're doing tonight. It's stupid late, and it has been a long day. It has been a very long week. And so I get to start late and, you know, whatever it is that's going on. Sounds like fun, right? Necros, while you're here, I do want to let you know. We are trying to renew the Nintendo Switch Online services are coming up. But I don't know that we're going to renew it either how it was or like with all of the things on it, or like right now we're renewing 2 accounts at $80 a year, so it's $160 to renew, which is kind of a pain in the ass.
Stay far left for the transition on the banking to avoid unsettling the collar.
So there's probably some changes that are going to go with it. I cannot promise that everybody's going to be on it. And I only mention that because I know you're on one of the accounts that we have. So I want to prepare you in case that doesn't happen. And again, that is in case. Still working on getting it done the right way. So we're on Ultra at 1920 by 1080. If worse comes to worse and we need to switch accounts around, like, I'll do my best to let you know. Like, if we have to move somebody from one to the other, we may consolidate into one account. We got a whole bunch of things we got to deal with, so. This looks like, this looks bad. Do you see how bad this looks? Yeah, the way that this is going right now, and I blame everybody. It's everybody's fault. Nintendo has gone from when it started being $35 a year to $80 a year for the family plans. PlayStation has gone from $50 a year to $80 a year for just the basic shit. If you want any of their games that come with it, it's $160 a year. Might actually even be more than that now. And then the Xbox Live service. Wants... Yeah, we'll accept these changes here and run the benchmark real fast. They want at least $180 a year. I think they just upped it, so it may actually be $200 a year now. Just to play online. Like, the cost of being a gamer right now is out of fucking control. It's out of fucking control. Just to play online. Just to play online. If I could convince everybody in the world to switch over to PC and come play with me on PC, everything would be better, because there are no charges on the PC. Okay, this looks better than potato mode, right? Looking at the processor percentage, it's only hitting about 12-13% of processor usage. This is running at like averages between 50 and 60 FPS. It is not stable at 60. 50 FPS right there. You see that shit? Because we're running quality. What happens if I change it, the DLSS to performance? What happens if I change the settings to be like, you know, different? Let's try balanced. Let's put it on high just for fun, and we'll run a benchmark. But yeah, PC version of the game running with XSplit running at the same time. Now, we know from testing that XSplit has had some memory leak issues. It shut down one of my streams. I was playing Castlevania Lament of Innocence, and the thing was like, nah, fuck it, and it just shut down in the middle of it. I was like, what? Oh, hey, did you guys see my new shirt? Have I shown you guys my new shirt? It says Ikaruga. I also got a Konami shirt, too. Okay, this is running a lot better, so... Hey, Black Wolf, what's going on? We're testing the PC build of Forza Motorsports tonight while running the stream. I'm going to get through the MX-5 Cup. When I finish up the MX-5 Cup, hopefully it not looking like a potato. See, there you go. On high... at 1080p with the balanced DLSS, we get almost 60 FPS. You're playing some Fortnite. Well, that's definitely not a thing I would be doing. I am going to switch over and play Resident Evil 4 Remake for a little bit, because I want to see how that runs with XSplit running at the same time. So that's our plan for tonight. A little bit of testing. I should really change the name of that, huh? I'm not playing CV2. I'm playing Forza Motorsport. C Forza checks. MX5 Cup RE4 Remake later for testing. Yeah, dude, like, just looking at everything over the last couple of years, like, seriously, the amount of money that they want for you just to play online is so goddamn outrageous at this point. Like, I don't know what to do. It's all good. Being on your plan is not a requirement for me to view your streams. I watch because I like the community. Yeah, I appreciate that, Necros. No, I'm not. I'm still going to work on getting it done, and chances are we are going to get it done. I'm just telling you that if it doesn't happen, I just don't want you to log in one day and be like, what? Because honestly, like, hey, man, you know how it goes. I'd rather play Monster Hunter with you than half the other shit that goes on, right? You know how it goes. You know how it be. Dude, doesn't that look like shit right now? It looks like shit to me. Looks like it's kind of like washed out.
130 degrees here on a hot, humid day, which may reduce your tire's grip around this road course during the race.
All right, let's get this MX-5 Cup done. Even if I got to run it like in potato mode, then let's just get it done. Doesn't it look bad? Like, look at the car in front of me. This is as good as it runs on my ROG Ally. I'm not kidding you. Like, I don't know what the hell's going on. The DLSS is probably fucking with something, right? turn this shit off. I wonder if that does affect it. Like, I'm running this now. You have to restart the game in order for it to take effect, I believe. But I'm running this now. I was running it on the ROG Ally before. This is basically what it looked like on that. Which, for a handheld system, that's pretty amazing. But for a 3080 hardcore PC up here with the Ryzen 5600X processor in it, this is not amazing. It would not surprise me if all of this, you know, saved data switching back and forth between systems doesn't translate very well. And thus, it looks like potato mode. Whatever, we'll still win the race. Black Wolf, did somebody, like, kidnap somebody and say if you don't play Fortnite, then they're, you know, you're gonna have a problem? Or, like, if you don't get a battle or victory royale, that, you know, somebody's gonna get hurt or something? Like, is that why you're playing Fortnite? Because I can't come up with, like, a great reason to play Fortnite. Especially when I know you have Forza Motorsports. Holy shit, dude, the dynamic lighting in this is fucking bad. Yeah, who plays Fork Knife these days? Okay, look, I'm gonna tell you a story, Necros. Everybody who can hear me now, I'd like to tell you a story. So I was at work the other day. And this is how you can tell that some shit is up, okay? I was at work the other day, and we were talking about just games in general. And somehow it came up, like, what people were playing. And we were actually talking about Diablo 4, and I was like, let me make sure I got this one. Hi. Yeah, I'm gonna listen, or I'm gonna tell this story while my daughter tells me she's downloading Fortnite right now. So this is what happened. So I was talking with another guy at work, and he has kids about the same age as mine. His oldest is younger than my oldest, but so we were talking about it. We're like, okay, look, dude, if you go look at the category for Diablo 4 on Twitch right now, there's less than 1,000 people watching it. Maybe for the weekend it's like 1,500 or something like that, but the fact that there aren't 10,000 people watching the brand new Diablo game is kind of telling about how there's a problem with the new Diablo. I said, and the other thing about it is that I don't know anybody anymore who's playing it. I know people who bought it. Everybody bought it, which is great for them, I guess. They can have their money, but I don't know anybody who's still playing it. Like, concurrent numbers are through the floor. And oh yeah, it is that bad. I can tell you the thing that ruined it for me. I'm not going to speak for everybody else. So when you beat the game, once you get past the story, which isn't bad, you're like, okay, I'm done with the story. There's nothing to do in the game other than this mindless, like, bullshit grinding. And it's awful to grind from like 50 to 100. It's absolutely like the most wretched bore I've ever done in a video game. And when that's happening, what they did was they said, okay, well, we're going to start a new season at the beginning or the end of September. So the game's only been out for June. I only got to like level 70 because the grinding was so bad. And then they're like, okay, now you have to start over. And I went, why do I have to start over? And they're like, so that we can sell you a $10 battle pass for the new season. And I went, nope, go fuck yourself. And I stopped playing. And they announced it like right away. They said, yeah, the seasons are coming. Like, they announced in July. After the game was, like, there's so many problems, and the game is so broken in so many ways, and it's fundamentally messed up. Like, there's nothing you can do to make it better. It's just the way that they programmed it. So there are a few things they can do, but rather than trying to make the game better, they want to start seasons and have you start over so they can sell you a battle pass. And I went, no thanks, I'm out. And I stopped playing. Like, that's 100% of the reason why I stopped. And I know several other people who stopped for a very similar reason, so they were really pissed off about the battle pass, and they hated the grind from like 50 to 80, 50 to 100 was just the worst. It was the absolute worst. But it's not just us, because again, there's less than 1,000 people watching it on Twitch at any given time, which is really bad for a Diablo game. And we're the same way, Necros. Like, we love 3, right? We love 3. I built a channel on 3. I'd go play 3 right now. There's a new season in 3 that I'm much more inclined to go play than to ever turn 4 on again. And please keep in mind, I bought 4 on the PC and I bought it on the PlayStation. Okay, I bought it twice. And I fucking hate that game. So that's the thing. That's where we're at with that. So we were talking about that. But then all of a sudden, we were talking about it. We're like, well, so what are people playing? And the guy at work brought it up. And I said, I don't know what's up with this right now. But what the fuck is going on with Fortnite? And he was like, dude, I was going to ask the same thing. I'm like, I don't know why, but all of a sudden my kids are playing Fortnite again. And like their friends from school. I've talked to a couple of other kids who are like school-age kids who are like, oh shit, dude, I'm totally into Fortnite again. And everybody's playing Fortnite right now. And I'm like, what the hell happened? And my daughter just now came down here and started yelling at me. She's like, there's a new season, Dad, and there's all this stuff, and I'm downloading it because I got to get my W's to get my victory royales. I'm going to play Fortnite. And, like, she's freaking out or whatever it is. But it's not just her. It's like all of her friends. And I said the exact same thing that Necro said a minute ago. It's like, Fortnite. Who plays Fortnite anymore? Like, what the hell? But apparently, anybody who thinks that, you're the one missing the boat. So I'm missing the boat. Black Wolf is more in tune with everything going on. Necros, you and I, we are apparently not on the boat. And this is now them earning a shitload of money after they just laid off like 900 people at Epic Games. I just want to put that out there. It's seeing a resurgence in popularity and monetization, and they just laid off all those people. I just don't understand the world we live in anymore. But yeah, he was the guy I was working with. He was like, yeah, dude, I don't know what's up, dude. Like, my kids, they're all playing Fortnite again. Like, I thought we were done with that. I was like, yeah, aren't we done with that? Like, aren't we past that shit? Apparently not. So there you go. That's the moral of today's story. I'm old, and I missed the boat. There you have it. Yeah, I want to check out the new season on Switch. Apparently, well, the new season for Diablo 3 is apparently going to be the last one. Like, whatever state the game is when this one ends, they'll cycle through, like, old rewards for things, but they're not making new seasons after this one. Diablo 3 is on maintenance mode now. Which, if they leave it in a good state, I'm fine with that. I'll be more than happy to go back and play Diablo 3 any old time that they want to, they want me to play Diablo 3. I'm cool with that. Yeah, 4 is that bad. Like, for the record, 4 is that bad. Because people don't speak with their wallets anymore, so the sales model, people keep paying the game over years rather than a straight $60 like it used to be. Necros, there's something we need to watch. Should we watch it now before I get started with this race? Hang on, let me find this. Brian sent it to me a couple of weeks ago. Do 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 do. I'm gonna find it here. He said it made him depressed, and I watched it, and it kind of made me depressed too. Yeah, Ubisoft announces The Division 3. Okay. Sandwiches. Files there. Rainbow cotton. Oh, here we go. I found it. Hang on. Let me pull this up for you. Okay, I'm gonna turn the game audio down. Give me a second. Audio. Master output to 0. Okay, you ready? Let me see if I can get this up. Clean game. Here we go. Let's watch this. You ready?
Money makes the world go round, but if the world was flat, money wouldn't be a problem. The internet is a technological marvel. Just a few months ago, my power went out during a storm, and I looked up a YouTube video that helped me open my electric garage door from the inside. I use it to look up recipes for my air fryer on the regular, and I can get a rough translation of a different language in almost an instant. But with its aggressive curation, echo chambers disguised as communities, and engagement-based algorithms, it can feel like the internet consists of only two people. People who think exactly the way I do and share my every opinion, or people who were spawned simply to fight me on every opinion.
Yup.
It's an illusion. I am out of the common spheres. If you're taking an interest in a hobby to the point where you're looking for objective or opinion-based content for it, you are no longer a part of the average body of hobbyists. That can create a bit of dissonance with your favorite hobby because the target audience for many businesses is the average body. If you're in as knee-deep as I am, it can feel as if everyone's in agreement that pre-orders, microtransactions, bad ports, and terrible first-day releases are a problem. The corporations have somehow found a way to foist these onto the general public against their will.
Right? And that's exactly how we feel right now. You know what I mean? Like, it's exactly like you said. If more people voted with their wallet, this shit wouldn't last, right? We wouldn't have this stuff. But check this out. This is this guy's cold take.
Or is it consensual? We constantly say voting with your wallet will make it so businesses will only create what you're willing to buy. So then a scary assumption rises to the top. Gaming is in the state it's in currently because the vast majority of gamers are okay with it. Have the wallets already voted?
The idea
crept into my head while reading a thread by Rami Esmail, one of the developers of games such as Ridiculous Fishing, Luftrausers, and Nuclear Thrones. He speaks up about problems in the game industry, exploitative labor, troubles for indie development, and such things. But a common rebuttal he gets is that the wallets will vote us out of this sticky mess we're in. He believes that's a non-answer and not an option. That gave me a bit of perspective. It's easy for game critics, journalists, developers, and gaming enthusiasts to get wrapped up too deep in the potential of the industry and preach to the consumers to only spend money on the things that they really want. That will solve all of our problems. But it's more likely that the average consumer doesn't see a problem. Odds are they actually like the state of the industry as is. Nowadays, I have to take extra initiative to remember my roots closer to the norm. Otherwise, I'll start to think the average gamer actually does care about poor grammar and comma splices in a video game. Poor grammar and comma splices in a video game? What? You see what I mean? You didn't even know that was a thing that came up because my internet feed is not a universal experience. Looking back on the days when I wasn't so severely invested, I can say I was unbothered by even the most surface-level complaints like prices. I didn't complain, I just walked away. I didn't struggle with the fear of missing out or coping with living under the growing shadow of the titan that is my backlog. At the end of the day, it was a voluntary hobby. If every video game from this day forward sucked, I would not be pressed because I can watch films. I can listen to music, I can read books.
I can go into my backlog.
I can take part in one of the many hundreds of activities beyond the border of my front door. I voted with my wallet. It was a vote of self-interest and apathy. When I did become more interested in video games, I played maybe 3 different games at most per year. I only ever pre-ordered the newest Call of Duty until I got one that I figured I could have waited for instead. The other games I played were the iconic ones like BioShock and Assassin's Creed, which I bought at a pawn shop for maybe $5 combined. Xbox's free games with gold were my first taste of indie games. Frankly, it also gave me a taste of something that wasn't a shooter, showing me there was plenty to love outside my comfort zone. Even though my palette was expanding alongside my interest, my wallet vote was still for self-interest and apathy. I rarely bought any games when they were new because the prices would get slashed in a few years. And because I was late to the show, as some would say, I always had a backlog of games to play. So why rush to spend my money? The only game I did play religiously, I had confidence I would enjoy, or at least have the company of friends to bolster the experience. The smaller indie gems were given to me for free. That was over 10 years ago. Imagine that same mindset, but within the context of gaming in the year 2023.
Doesn't work.
Some of the biggest games with their finger on the pulse of the cultural zeitgeist are free-to-play like CSGO, League of Legends, Fortnite, and Roblox. If a game is terrible on release day, it will probably be in a more suitable state by the time you get around to it in a few years when a reasonable sale hits. Little Timmies are getting No Man's Sky for Christmas, and they'll think Sean Murray delivered exactly as intended in 2016.
We all know that was bullshit.
Indie games are featured constantly on bang-for-buck subscription services like Game Pass, or given away weekly in the style of the Epic Games Marketplace. If you do think part of the appeal for gaming is being given the opportunity to spend money in your own virtual casino, then the gacha industry has you covered. We say microtransactions are a problem. but games like Genshin Impact have raked in over $4 billion by now with their waifu fruit machines. At some point, I thought we all came together to agree that Crocs are hideous, and yet they're a growing industry bringing in about $1 billion a year with their conventionally unattractive yet sensible footwear. The wallets have voted. Crocs are okay, and so are microtransactions, incomplete games, and live services. And there's a part of me that thinks the votes are more apathetic than active. People were willing to reaffirm their faith in the same studios, franchises, and practices out of trust that they would keep the consumer in mind. I can't blame anyone for wanting to sit back and let the industry continue to work the way it was from the 2000s and into the early 2010s. But I think at some point their reputation was making up for a lack of quality. Enough time has passed with lacking quality that the reputation doesn't hold up as well as it used to.
Looking at you, Blizzard.
It's a trend that's easier to see if gaming is looked at as a whole. But who involves themselves that much with games? Critics, journalists, and enthusiasts. But what percentage of the whole do these people make? If you're watching this video right now, I imagine you'd be considered an outlying statistic a few steps away from the average demographic the industry continues to target. If you only care for Elder Scrolls games, are you all that bothered while you wait patiently for Skyrim 2? If you only play games branded with a Nintendo logo, do you see any problems with the current state of gaming? If you only buy games on sale, or play free-to-play games, or enjoy spending money on cutesy in-game cosmetics, is there a problem to begin with? Cynicism is an inclination to believe that people are motivated purely by self-interest. Nowadays, people take it to mean a cynical person doubts everything and they're always cranky.
That's me.
No, I believe in a lot of things. Puts a little pep in my step. I believe people are going to continue to vote with their wallets in their own self-interest. I believe a majority of people measure video game quality by the graphical fidelity and level of hype it brings. I believe people are okay with spending money on top of the money they're always spending. Otherwise, why else would these things be so present? The studios are only supplying the demand. But I also believe the studios are trying to keep their own best interests in mind. They'll continue to cut corners and nickel and dime their audience while they shoot for the center to catch as much attention from the average consumer. And eventually something's gonna give, because neither the consumer nor the service provider is interested in being in a mutual relationship with the other. Both want the upper hand and will not be satisfied with shaking hands. Game subscription service prices are rising, video games are getting more expensive, and studios are closing down. Maybe the wallets might start to reconsider their votes.
There you go. What do you think about that one? That guy's pretty, I think he's pretty spot on when he says it, and I think that I think there's two things to take away from it. Number one, that the only way we're ever going to return to anything of normalcy is when the wallets, start voting without the apathy that he's talking about, without the self-interest and the apathy. You have self-interest and the apathy in everything that you do, this is what you get. And the other thing to it is I think that there's something to be said that most of us are not regular consumers. Most of the people I know here are enthusiasts. I'm definitely an enthusiast. I've worked in the industry too, so maybe I get to be like a professional enthusiast in some way, shape, or form, right? But we're definitely not the center. We're definitely not the demo. Not anymore. We used to be the demo. You want to go back to a time in the early 2010s, the middle 2000s? We were definitely the demo then, but now, I just don't know. People vote with their wallet. And if that's the case, then the wallet has spoken, which is microtransactions are good. Live service games are good. And it's not to say that there aren't some benefits from those things, but I mean, when the #1 game on Earth right now is Genshin Impact, Fortnite, you see what they're doing to Diablo? Stuff like that, you have to stop and you have to wonder to yourself, how do we get things to go back to the way they were before? How do we convince the people who think that that's okay, that it's time to move back to our way of thinking? Because what that guy was talking about was definitely an our way of thinking kind of thing. That's just, that resonated a lot with me. Because we say that all the time. Just like Necro said a minute ago, it's like, vote with your wallet and shit'll get better. And it's like, you know, I don't know if that's the case because people are voting with their wallet. Yeah, we are not the demographic anymore. We are not the demo. Now, don't get me wrong. I just spent this money on Forza Motorsports, but that's because I'm a gearhead and I've been playing all of the Forza Motorsports. I want to get in a car, I want to race, I want to feel what it's like to have a Corvette thundering around me as I do stuff. You know, this game speaks to me in that way. So for me, you know, there's a reason for what that is. Please bring me more Forza Motorsports. That would be the wallet. That would be the wallet talking right there, right? But everything else, I do the same thing he was talking about, right? I could hold it up right now. I got one right here. Ready? I'm gonna pause this. I got one right here. The other day I went to GameStop and I bought this game, Star Ocean, The Divine Force on the PS5. The only reason I bought this game, I bought it physical first off. The only reason I bought it physical was because GameStop was liquidating it for 10 bucks. And I was like, get a Squaresoft RPG on the PS5 for 10 bucks? All right. I'll take a trip down to my local store and I'll spend the 10 bucks on it. If they had asked me for 30, I'd have told them no. Voting with my wallet means that unless it's cheap, unless it's on clearance, unless I get a deal on it, unless I get all of that, I'm not spending any of my money. And I do that all the time. I am now a consumer that I would almost call myself consumed with deals, discounts, and, you know, trying to, you know, save a little when I do that stuff. And I think part of the reason I became that way is because everything is so damn expensive, right? Price of video games now has gone up to 70 bucks on the PlayStation. They want 70 bucks for the new Legend of Zelda. You want to tell me why every other Switch game is 60 bucks and why the Zelda game is 70? It's just because they can ask for it and they'll get it. It has nothing to do with that game requiring a $70 price tag. That's disingenuous. So if that's how they want to treat me, I'm looking for deals. I'm looking for discounts. I'm not buying anything day one at full price. That's how it goes these days. Forza Motorsports is the first game I've bought day one at full price in a while. I'm trying to think of the last one I did. I think I bought Pikmin 4 day one at full price. And then I bought Resident Evil 4 at full price. Oh shit, I did get the early access for Diablo. You know what? I've actually done it more this year, and I've actually been more of a problem. I've been part of the problem. That's another thing too, is it's really easy to lie to ourselves, right? It's really easy to go, nah man, I did that this year. I voted with my wallet. And then I look at what I voted for and I went, shit, I am part of the problem. I bought 2 copies of Diablo for early access. Day one. Well, actually like 5 days early, so they even got pre-orders out of me. I did. I bought Pikmin 4 day one. I got Advance Wars this year, day one. But don't get me wrong. I'm okay supporting Pikmin 4 on day one. I'm okay with that. I bought Zelda on day one and I didn't play it. And you want to know how many times I beat Castlevania 2 this year? Like 4. Because I'll still sit down with that and enjoy the shit out of it. That's a good question. Are you getting your money's worth out of your backlog? Are you getting your money's worth out of the purchases you're making? I think that the term to describe what it is that's going on, because we did not used to feel this way back in the day, is FOMO. If you're a physical game collector right now and you don't buy Zelda Tears of the Kingdom on a physical disc day one, are you going to be able to collect that later on? Are there going to be copies of it available? Look at Twilight Princess on the GameCube. That shit disappeared overnight. Is this next game going to be the same problem? And if it is going to be the same problem, what do you do about it? How hard do you have to go out and search for one right away to make sure that, you know, you can feel relief over not having to worry about the FOMO creeping in? And in a lot of people's cases, they collect things because they think that it's going to appreciate in value, turn itself into a money-making proposition in the long run. me buying video games and keeping them here, it's not because I'm going to play them. It's because this is my retirement fund. Video games have become now, and amiibos, just like you're saying there, Necros, you know, the accessories and the other things. Dude, if you think this is any different, I have a $1 million copy of Super Mario Brothers. If you think that's any different than what the Beanie Babies were like back in the 90s, you're wrong. There's no appreciation for things. As far as I'm concerned, the value of a video game is what enjoyment you get out of it when you play it. We got to keep that in mind. And if we started actually behaving that way, maybe some of this stuff could correct itself. Maybe. There's still a lot of them out there. Buying battle passes for Fortnite, buying skins for League of Legends, and, you know, playing Counter-Strike 2 like junkies, right? Genshin Impact. That's how it goes. Yeah. How fast the amiibos go off the shelf, it's FOMO, dude. It's all... Dude, if I don't get it right now, oh my god! I got a bucket full of amiibos next door. We thought we were going to use them because they were like functional pieces for games, and we were going to need them for stuff. Hey, let's get this unlocked. Hey, let's get this unlocked. Hey, let's get some stuff going. All of a sudden in Skyward Sword, that Loftwing amiibo makes it so that you can, you know, teleport off the ground anytime you need to. That's something that should have just been functionally built into the game. Shouldn't have had an amiibo attached to it. But they got, you know, $25 more out of people buying that Loftwing amiibo. And I don't know if you guys remember when that came out, but the Loftwing amiibo also had major shortages. They got delayed shipping because it was the middle of the pandemic. So if your store got one, you better run in there and you better buy it as fast as you can because you're never going to see one again. And then a year later, GameStop was liquidating them for $5 a piece. So we bought them when they came out for $25 a pop, and then when they were liquidating them, we bought those and the Metroid amiibos. And you want to know what? We bought 3 packets each. We spent $15 on each of them, another $30 to get, you know, 3 more sets. You want to tell me what we need with 3 more sets? We don't, but we did it anyway. You know why? Because, you know, you gotta have it. It's here, it's on sale. What the hell? Gotta get it. So when I hear that guy's video, he's talking about how the people have spoken with their wallets. I will tell you right now that based on some of my purchasing over the last 2 years, I'm part of the problem. I don't know if anybody else is part of the problem. And, you know, I would challenge anyone to look individually inside, you know, look internally and, you know, be real honest with yourself. Because even just now, it's like, nah, dude, I don't buy games at full price. What was the last one I bought at full price before this one? Before Forza. Then all of a sudden it was, oh, there was Pikmin. Oh, shit, there was Diablo. Oh man, I bought Resident Evil 4 this year. Like, there's probably 5 more games I could come up with. I bought Zelda. Is it because I was lying to myself? No, it's just because, you know, I didn't remember properly. I wasn't being honest with myself in that way. Am I part of the problem? Sure. But then you gotta ask yourself the most important question. And this is the question that the guy in the video did not ask himself. He's talking about the implication of video games, you know, and how they apply to your life in the form of stuff, right? He's not talking about how they apply to your life in the form of experience. He's just talking about your video games as stuff. If every one of those video games I bought on day one provided me with the enjoyment factor that I wanted out of them, and they made my day just a little bit better, then you know what? I'm going to tell you right now that maybe that purchase was worth it. Black Wolf going back and playing Fortnite right now because a couple of his friends were like, hey man, let's get into Fortnite and play. And that's the only way he can go hang out with his buddies. You know, sit at home, have a beer, get on a headset, play with his friends. Because, you know, that doesn't exist in the world we live in anymore. I would argue that even playing Fortnite like that is still worth it. So if you're doing what it is for the right reasons, I don't have a problem with it. How about that?
Great work. P1.
Seem like a good way to live? Don't get me wrong, I'm still gonna give Black Wolf a little bit of shit going, dude, you're playing Fortnite? Like, what are you, like a 12-year-old girl? But no. I'm just kidding when I say that. That's not a real thing. Because my 15-year-old daughter's upstairs downloading it, playing it right now. Good for her. We're on Virginia International Raceway. It's the short course. Let's go do it. Hey now. Hey now. I know, Black Wolf. Hey now. What are we improving here? The handling and the braking. The braking goes up significantly by changing this up. I'm in for it. I tend to like to buy indie games because the games are usually cool as hell and it supports the creators instead of the big AAA game companies. That's true in some cases. In some cases, it's not. But it's so hard to keep up with that. You know what I mean? If they remove Zero Build, I won't play. You know what? A lot of people said that, and that's why Zero Build is still in the game. I've never actually tried it. I haven't been back and played it since they introduced Zero Build. One of these days, I'm sure either you or my kids or somebody will convince me of it. I'll give you an example, Necros, of how sometimes it's not the AAA, sometimes it is the indie that, you know... I'll give you actually a recent example with it. The whole thing that happened with Unity.
After the fast back straight at Grando, the final turns run over undulating hills.
You know what I mean? Like, Unity is nothing but you know, indie gamers or indie games being developed on an engine doing whatever. Then Unity all of a sudden wakes up one day and goes, I want more money. And now the indie gamers have to, you know, think like AAA gamers and work their stuff out in order to make that go. That's a problem. But no, I can think of some other games that are like that. So Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge, I think, is another good example. So check this out. That game was built by Tribute, which is an indie game studio, essentially. They're smaller. But Ninja Turtles had to be licensed by Nickelodeon because they own the actual license for Ninja Turtles. So they had to do that. And then Microsoft got involved with the development of the game and paid them a whole bunch of money so they could put it on Game Pass for day one. And then all of a sudden they had to have deadlines and all these other things in order to make it go so they could meet the contract for that money. And what started out as a couple of guys going, hey man, we need a new Ninja Turtles game after all this time, turned itself into a AAA endeavor from an indie game studio. Terraria started out small and still to this day provides free updates. It does, but as soon as they had to, you know, start providing access to the publisher to get Terraria published on every system on Earth and all sorts of other things, it stopped being the little indie game that got, you know, that got distributed and became a big budget, big deal thing for publishers and distributors, right? Even Terraria suffers from that. I mean, the biggest one of those of all time is still Minecraft, sold for, what, $2 billion to Microsoft? As a project in a game, sure, it's a great little indie development thing that a couple of people worked on and did an incredible job with. And now it's a publishing, money-making powerhouse as owned by Microsoft. So not all AAA games, like, they may all start with their humble beginnings, but they, a lot of the, especially the successful ones, I'd say a lot of the successful ends up with corporate overlord masters telling them what to do, so. Can anyone else name a recent example of that? I've got another one in my mind. Black Wolf will know this one. If you haven't played Vampire Survivors yet, as soon as they put Vampire Survivors on Game Pass, it got locked into place. They just released it on the Switch and the PlayStation for the first time. They've got all these extra things they were doing. Lots of free updates, but all of a sudden it was, hey guys, we moved a lot of copies of this at $5. Let's sell the expansions. Let's get some expansions going. The expansions were all $4 and the game only cost $5, you know? Like, that's what they do. Power Wash Simulator now all of a sudden has a distribution deal with Square Enix. And so they can get Final Fantasy items as power washing things inside the game. Tomb Raider things inside the game. You know what I mean? But you started out as the most indie of indie games, and now Power Washing Simulator is a big popular thing. So it's not just one thing. Like, it could be lots of things. The other one I always like is the indie games that start out on early access on Steam or something, and they sell it for 5, 10, 20 bucks. I think I bought Factorio for exactly $20 when it came out. Same thing with Satisfactory. I think I bought it for $25. And now if you go look at the cost of Factorio on Steam, I think it's $45. Same thing with like Temtem. It actually might even be more. It might be $50 now. Temtem was like that. Satisfactory's like that. Factorio's like that. You always start out in one place. You end up in some other place. And there's very little things attached to video games that are immune from that. Even streamers are like that. I can give you a good example of that. I'm gonna read what you said once I get done with this practice lap there, Necros. Streamers are guilty of this too, I can tell you that. The new trend now for all outlets of whatever is to be first, not to be right. So there are streamers out there, there are people who are playing Lords of the Fallen today, the game that came out today. They had never had any access to it before now, they never played the old one. They didn't play it in depth to see what's going on with it, to see what it feels like. They didn't turn it on, they just went, this game looks cool, you should buy it. You know how many reviews for video games are out there? This actually started in the early 2010s, but you know how many reviews are out there where the reviewer hasn't actually turned on the game? They just looked at all the promo stuff and went, yeah, we should sell this because they're telling us to, and they'll pay us if people do. There is no corner of the video game world that is immune to this, as far as I can tell. IGN, GameSpot, big deal streamers and influencers. You think they all started out like this? Let me tell you right now, they didn't. They started out with the most forgotten word in the English language these days. They started out with some version of integrity and then compromised it all the way along the way. That's how it goes. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but I actually have a favorite Souls streamer. I don't like the Souls games, but I like watching a streamer. His name is Hey Zeus Here's Toast. He calls himself the Blood God. And he plays Bloodborne and Dark Souls, Demon Souls, all that good stuff. Sekiro, plays all that stuff. And they sent him a copy of Lords of the Fallen last week. And he played it, and he liked the demo part of it that he played. And then today he got the full version of the game, and he was playing that. And he was like, man, I've never felt more like a game was bait and switch in my whole life. But the best part about it is every time they ask him, they're like, so what do you think of this game? And he's like, you know what? I will tell you exactly how I feel right now while playing it. This is how I feel. I'm not going to tell you that that's going to translate to how you feel. I'm not going to tell you that you should buy it. I haven't finished it. I don't know enough about it to be able to tell you what you should do with something like that. And he's always upfront about that sort of thing. You know how hard it is to live your life like that in the world that we live in now? Like, I have a lot of respect for that. And even that, like, he called it out while he was playing it. He was like, yeah, this game was, to me, it was bait and switch. They gave me a great boss at the beginning. They gave me a decent system for what's going on. And then it just went all downhill and kind of came off the rails as I was playing it until I got to the point where I just shut it off because I couldn't take it anymore. That's his opinion. I'm sharing with you his opinion. But that was his deal. Like, takes a lot of guts to do that these days. All right, let's read this. Terraria is more expensive on consoles, but it's still $10 on Steam. No paid DLC either. Game is still being updated and worked on to this day to add more and more. One of the few projects that retain a decent price point and plenty of stuff to do in the game. Yeah, and I mean, there are other examples like that, but the instant that they put it on the other platforms, like those versions got compromised in some way, shape, or form in order to get them onto the other platforms. The price went up, right? If it was still $10 on the Switch, I'd be like, sure, like, let's roll. But it's not because, you know... There's an old joke in programming that's fun. The old joke in programming is that if you're a computer programmer, you work your first 40 hours because you need the paycheck. You work your second 40 hours a week because you love to program. Like, that's what I feel like those games are in their opus. You do the first part of it, you make your game $10, you provide the free DLC, you provide support for your game for years. You do the first part of it because you love your video game. Then you whore out to a publisher, put it on everything that you can, and change the price tag and do everything else because it's time for you to make your money. That's what it feels like, right? Don't worry, some of this is just an old man rambling, but back to the original moral of the story. The moral of the story is that I agree that if we voted with our wallets, some things could change. But ultimately, the people out there who are not us, they are voting with their wallet. And that's why things are the way that they are. If Fortnite didn't make money, this shit would change. And it would change real fast, wouldn't it? Oh, because I got spun around there at the beginning of the race, I am now in 11th place. That's not good. We gotta fight our way back here. We got 5 laps to do it, so let's go. Oh, don't hit him, don't hit him. I didn't hit him. Oh, there we go. All right, man, headed to bed. See you next time. All right, Necros. Thanks for hanging out tonight. Appreciate the conversation. Hopefully my ramblings haven't been, you know, too awful. Except for that one part where I told Black Wolf, you know, or I made fun of him for playing Fortnite. That was always fun. Gotta win this race is what I gotta do. I will tell you though, after about, I've played this for 2 hours for each circuit. I've done like 6 circuits now. Plus I've done a whole bunch of free driving. As far as it goes, Forza Motorsports to me is a lot of fun. It does an excellent job of putting a car on a track and driving, which is what a game like this needs to excel at. It's got some graphical glitches. It's got some issues with the way that some of the visuals are. I'm not going to argue with that. I don't think that it necessarily detracts from the price tag at that rate. I will say I've seen a lot more issues with the PC version than I have with the Xbox version. And, yeah. That's been my experience with it so far. I really enjoy driving the cars. I like the track selection for the most part. I like the fact that the 27-minute lap on Nuremberg is not in this game. That's just a personal preference, though. If you do not have access to a PlayStation 5 and you're thinking to yourself, man, I wish I could play Gran Turismo, this is a fantastic alternative to Gran Turismo. And likewise, if you're burnt out on Gran Turismo, you've been playing it for 2 years now, you're like, you know what I need to do? I need to find me a little, you know, a fresh racing game for whatever it is that's going on. I think that this would make an excellent addition to fill that hole. All right, we got 3 laps to go. And that's from my experience playing it. Also, in real life, I don't like the way that the Miata drives, and in this video game, I don't like the way that the Miata drives. There you go. Checkmate, Mazda. I bet the 2006 or the 2016 one handles like a dream. I bet this one's just crap because it's, you know, the old one from 94. I believe I'm driving the 94. All right, we go to the outside. Let's move around him. Now, again, we are working through the MX-5 Cup in Forza Motorsports. I started it the other day, but I was having such a hard time focusing on the game. We only got about halfway through it. Instead, I turned off streaming Forza Motorsports. I turned on Castlevania 2, turned off the mic, turned off the video, the camera, and just played through it. Like I was sitting on the couch, just playing through it, trying to fall asleep. That was a nice stream the other night. And Castlevania 2, you know, playing it in the middle of October for Halloween, not a bad idea. So we're trying to finish up the MX-5 Cup tonight. When I get done with the MX-5 Cup here, it's going to be time to test Resident Evil 4 Remake. And I think that I'm going to start on that tomorrow. It's going to take me a couple of days to finish it, so I want to give myself enough time to get that done. We'll come back to Forza Motorsports after I finish RE4. But what do you say we start on that tomorrow? If not tomorrow, just it would be based on time constraints. Sunday, for sure. What do you think? I do have a question for anybody out there who this may apply to, if anybody can hear me. Has anybody played Wo Long? I feel like I need to learn some things about that game. I tried it out a little bit today. During the day, I was on my lunch break playing Wo Long. And I want to like it because it's Team Ninja, and, you know, they make Ninja Gaiden and Dead or Alive and all that good stuff. I want to like it. It's trying to be a Souls game, but it's combat-based more than a Souls game. The thing I don't understand about it, and I can't seem to make work, is the parry system. Like, it looks like they're trying to hit you. The enemy's going to hit you with an attack. And I always push the button, the B button, to parry the attack, which is like one of the key elements to the game. And it never seems to work. Like, it is the most weird and jank parry system I have ever seen, and I struggle with it. I struggle with it immensely. I'm kind of interested to know if anybody else has played Wo Long, and if that's like, that's a normal thing, like it gets better. Eventually, you'll figure that out, and you'll feel better while you do it. And I'll be like, oh, okay. And we'll just give it some more time. But as of right now, I'm like, you know, I don't know if I actually want to... If it's not going to get any better, I don't want to play this game anymore. The parry system feels way off. Yeah, if anybody has played Wolong, drop me a line somewhere in Discord or something and be like, yeah, dude, you got to get better at it. Everyone kept telling me about that Returnal. They were like, yeah, Returnal, like, the more you play it, the better it gets, the easier you can mitigate what's going on. There is some skill involved with it. And after playing it for like 25 hours, I never got to that point in Returnal. And I don't want to keep playing Wolong if I'm never going to get to the point where parrying or the game mechanics feel, you know, okay. I want to just throw in the towel now and be like, nope, not for me. I'm okay with that. Not waste, you know, 25 hours. All right, coming around the last couple of turns here. And that is going to do it for the Virginia International Raceway, VIR. Finish first. Even after that ridiculous collision at the beginning.
Nice work out there.
Also, my driver level's up to 47. I didn't realize it was that high. Daddy Onesie that came in 3rd place. Finished first place in the MX-5 Challenge Series. Looks like we got it done. Weight reduction for the MX-5. Intercooler. Aspiration conversion. All right, let's take a look at something here. I'm going to get up for like a minute, and then we're going to take a look at the next circuit, see what car it requires to get through it, and then we will talk. We'll switch over to Resident Evil and do the testing for that. So give me like a minute and a half. I'll be right back. Oh, goodness. Let's see what we can figure out. That is the wrong mouse. Don't put two mice on your computer. Never works out. You always grab the wrong one. Every single time. Without fail. Every time.
An epic rivalry between German motorsports giants that started in the factory and continues today in the shop and on the track, fueling the innovation to create 3 inspired sports sedans. The BMW M3 with its race-proven handling, the Audi S4's legendary Quattro all-wheel drive, and the mighty AMG-powered Mercedes-Benz C-Class. The performance difference between them isn't major. Winning will come down to how smart they're built and how brilliantly they're driven.
I don't know. Maybe we should take the M3 out for a spin. Let's see if I actually have any cars in here that can actually qualify for it. There are 3 eligible cars for this. 3. 2004 Audi S4, 2005 BMW M3, and the 2004 Mercedes-Benz C-Class. Seems the BMW has the most power. I don't know. The Audi is an all-wheel drive car, so it's probably going to handle better. I think I'm going to take the Audi. We're gonna roll manufacturer black though. You know, they gave me all these cars for the collector's edition or whatever version of the game, and I have only been able to use like 1 or 2 of them for all the circuits I've done. I usually have to buy a new car. So that's the thing. All right, so we got to do German Rivals and then JDM Legends, and then we'll be done with this one. We'll have the last car there to look at. That'll be the Enthusiast Tour done. Still got 3 tours here to finish. Power Tour, Legacy Tour, Open Class. We're going to work on that over the next little while. We're not done playing Forza Motorsports for a while. I'm putting that out there. Just want to put that out there. We're going to be playing it for a minute. So. Wow, that one's fun. All right, what do you say we switch over? We got through the MX-5 race like I said we would. Let's get through that village section of Resident Evil 4 Remake, the beginning. See how it runs. What do you say? Do 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 do. I need to check my monitor. You are my main display. Okay, perfect. I don't know. I do want to finish this Resident Evil game. I want to get through this. Oh, I did install all of the Dark Souls games. I'm not 100% sure why, but I did. Let's fire it up. See what happens. Change this over here. I know this is definitely going to have to move. No, don't be this way. So we'll go with that. No, we can't go with that. Where's the game? Why are you in the wrong place? Graphics. Display mode. Borderless window. Window. Move game to other monitor. Like so. Change it from window to full screen. Hey, it's in the right place now. Let me figure something out about that. Resident Evil 4. Currently we're running at 9% processor. Running the stream and the game together just on the main menu. That's a good thing. So. Almost there. If we just do that, that's better, right? Let's just do that. think that works. All right. I'm going to leave that up like that. I'm going to switch it up. So yeah, loading right now. It says it's at 31. Was at 41%, 57%, 61. It's going up. Now it's coming back to 87%. Wow, it spiked real hard there.
Y que aquí te ofrecemos, Señor, que la luz de tu gloria la ilumine hacia el paraíso. Acepta este cordero arrastrado.
Whatever it is that's about to happen is probably bad. Looks pretty bad to me.
September 30th, 1998. It's a day I'll never forget. The cop inside me died that day. And that night, Raccoon City was wiped out, thanks to the bioweapons created by Umbrella. Somehow I made it out, but too many others weren't so lucky.
I played that game.
I was asked later to join a top-secret government program. Not that I had a choice. The training, punishing missions, nearly killed me. But at least I kept my mind off everything. If I could just forget what happened that night. The pain, even for a second. This time, it can be different. It has to.
Does anyone remember Resident Evil 2 besides me? Did you guys see Kendo right there? The voice actor who actually did the voice of Kendo in Resident Evil 2 and 3, he passed away in real life the other day. I was a little sad to see that.
Yankee, why did you come to this horrible place? As close to nowhere that I've ever seen.
Let's just say, looking for someone.
That someone must be very important, huh? The chief gave the orders himself. Help him, he said.
I'm sure you boys didn't come all the way out here to roast marshmallows. Maybe you did.
You have a strange sense of humor. I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. Just between us. A lot of people have gone missing around here. And it's been that way for a while now.
Well then, should be just another day in the office, right?
I mean, last week there was a search for some missing hikers.
I'm sure you'll do your best to help me.
Processor usage right now is at 3%. 3%. This does run on the in-game engine, so we'll have to see how it goes. Is anybody else out there excited to play Resident Evil 4 on stream? Like, together? All of us? Anybody excited?
Nature calls, huh? I'll be right back. Qué frío.
¿Te has bebido el bar entero?
Maybe excited is the wrong word. Maybe I've been looking forward to it. Let's call it that.
You smoke?
You know, those things will kill you. Then again, so will the ganados.
Vaya sitio más tétrico. ¡Hey! ¿Hay alguien ahí?
You don't walk further in, homie. Like, that's not how you survive.
He sure is taking his time. Did he fall in? Maybe you better go and take a look. Oh, watch the car. Wouldn't want to get a parking ticket.
So much for helping me.
And this game looks really good. The other ones did too. Like everything since they've started remaking them. So 2, 3, now 4, and then 7 and 8. Like they all just look phenomenal. They really do. No, we're not going that way.
How far could he have gone?
Far. That's a deer. I don't have a gun yet. I should have a gun. Wow. Right there, it just spiked at 80-something% processor. That's a good question. Refresh rate. Okay, that was not the thing to do. 60 hertz refresh rate, 1080p. Cinematic resolution. Let's change that to full HD. If you look there underneath my picture, like my video, max graphic memory, 4.6 gigabytes out of 9.8 gigabytes, which means I'm not even getting anywhere near tapping what the video should be able to do. Ray tracing is off. Frame rate, we could lock that at 120 if we wanted to. We'll lock it at 60 because that's what the stream's set for.
Anyone home?
Running at 60 FPS is definitely running better than... I mean, anything is better than 30. If you can do it at 120, that's even better.
Sorry to barge in like this. Busco a un policía. ¿Vino aquí?
Boot to the head.
This
Not good. The lighting effects and everything are great in here. Does it look bad on stream? Is it stuttering? On my video, it looks great. On my monitor where I'm playing, it looks great.
Hey.
Yeah, homie didn't make it.
I read you. What's your situation?
That guy didn't make it either.
What the hell's going on?
Couldn't tell you for sure the tourists are taking up the cell data bandwidth. Well, I mean, even with them taking it up, does it look bad?
No fucking way.
All right, I'd like to stab you in the head.
It just keeps getting worse.
I wonder about that. Can I shoot that? I can shoot that. That's kind of wild. I shouldn't be wasting bullets like that, but you know. It shouldn't look like it's running on a potato. You don't think there's any stuttering to the video? All right, I'll take that. That's good. Come on, Leon. Let's do it.
Bruce, this is Condor 1.
Hunnigan here. What's your sit rep?
The President's daughter, Baby Eagle. It's likely she's in this village.
Our intel was correct then. Well done.
Need a location on a nearby lake. She may have been taken there.
Copy that. I'll see what I can find.
Hurry up. Something's happened to the people here. My escorts are...
Oh, that's not good.
Gotta go. Talk later.
Yeah, we gotta go.
I'll let myself out.
Jason Statham is Zombie with an Axe #1 in Resident Evil 4. That's not really Jason Statham. It's just, you know, a bald guy doing action things. So I stereotyped him right there. That's my bad. All right. I said that we'd play it far enough to get to the village. What do you say we get to the village? Gunpowder. Imagine Jason Statham as a zombie from 28 Days Later. Yeah, right? Was he in that? He may have been in that for all I know. I saw him run up the hill. There he is. Okay, there he is too. We kicked them both. Strikes me as very worth it right there. Sit down. Yes, I shot you. Yes, you're dead now. So there's one big thing I hate about Forza. Is it the car experience? Oh, you need internet to play it. Welcome to the modern world that we live in. All right, here we go. Into the village. What the hell? Somebody's head just fell off of that. I didn't realize that there were heads on it. Oh, man. Lose connection for 0.5 seconds. And then you get burned at the stake like that guy. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to commit a hate crime. I'm about to commit a hate crime. Even multiplayer games don't kick you for lag? I agree. The state of always-on gaming now seems to be... The word I'm looking for is intense. Oh, what are you playing? I'm playing Horizon Zero Dawn. Oh, what happened? I got disconnected. Why is that? Because the internet died. Wait, that's a single-player game. What are you doing? I'm playing the offline mode. Whoop, we're staying away from her. I don't know, you think we can kill it? She coming this way? She going a different way? She's going a different way. That guy's gonna see me. But hopefully not before I kill her! Ah! Alright, they're all mad now. Here we go. Let's go. Where's everybody going? Bingo? There he is.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. It's my lucky day.
Homie's coming through the front door. Got ourselves a shotty and a grenade. Got them both. I wanted these shotgun shells. That's why I came over here. We're going out the window. That's a grenade. Oh, this is gonna be fun. How'd that guy get up? Any theories? Because that's not cool. Oh, I'm gonna die. That chainsaw guy's coming. We going. We running. We're jumping down. Okay, we're surrounded by crazy. Oh shit. Okay, you're dead. Oh my god. I did not expect there to be people in here. Oh, that's not good. Okay. Craft. I got nothing to craft, so I got 2 shotgun shells left and a couple of handgun bullets.
Next.
Yeah, that dude got screwed. I think that guy got killed. Nope, he's still around. Let's get out of here before the fire gets us. Cow's on fire. Hopefully he's gonna kill some people. Okay, just like that, we're back up on top of the roof.
One down.
Yeah, 1 down with 8 bullets. Look at that body. You see it like squirming? That's not good. Okay, we're leaving.
You gotta be kidding me.
I don't think we're kidding. I think that there's nothing to joke about here, Leon. I think we're gonna die. Oh, that's nice. I might be able to build some shotgun shells. Oh, shit. I got some handgun ammo. Okay. Whoa! Ah! Oh, he got me. Get off me, get off me, get off me. I don't know where the other guy is. There's the chainsaw guy. Okay. Bell's ringing. We might be safe. Okay, I've done this before, and that was stressful. Can I just tell you?
La campana.
Where's everybody going? Bingo.
Los invoca. Tenemos que servir. Al Lord Sadler Todopoderoso.
Say it, Leon. Say it. Say it, damn it. I don't know. I think that guy needs to have his teeth shot out. Just in the interest of, like, dental repair, he needs to have his teeth shot out.
Where's everyone going? Bingo?
That's what I was asking. That poor cop. Damn. Well, there you go. So, running XSplit, I did see it spike once up to like 6 or to like 60. It was, I think one time it even spiked to 80%. That was a thing. But it's running the game on the PC and streaming from the PC at the same time. And working. Do you guys see any stutter in the video? I'm really concerned about that because I was having some issues with that before. I'm looking at it here and I'm not seeing any stutter, but if I move around... Let's see. I have shot the chicken. The chicken is dead.
Roost to Condor 1. I've identified a route to the lake. Look for a large windmill. There's a path on the far side of it.
Windmill. Copy that.
And be careful. Roost out.
All right, we have another chicken down. We have a second chicken down. The ornate necklace. Green herbs are always good. Yeah, I mean, as I move around here and I do things, I'm just going to move around the village for a second here. Is it stuttering on the stream? Is anybody watching that could tell me that? It was one of the reasons why I didn't stream it when it first came out, is I was having trouble running both at the same time. Like, it was always bothering me. My display looks fine. I did go in here and do it. Picked everything up there. We have another chicken down. Another chicken down. Yeah, I shouldn't have used the cow as cover. Feel bad about that, cow. I'm sorry. You don't think so? You're seeing a little bit, but it's probably my connection 'cause it's not consistent. I don't know that it is your connection. It may be me. Hit. I shot him and he fell down. So do you remember what the 3 goals of the month were? The 3 goals of the month were 1, play Forza Motorsports. We've been doing that. 2, finally, after all this time, play through Resident Evil 4, which we're testing right now for what's going on. And we're going to do that. And 3, I'd really like to play a Sly Cooper game before the end of the month. Possibly finish it. Those are the 3 goals of the month. And look, what we're doing right now, we're preparing to work on goal number 2. Forza is going to be a work in progress for a while. I've got a ton of single-player things to get through. I think I've only done, what, like 8 of the circuits so far? And there's like 30 of them. And then we've got, you know, multiplayer things we could do and other stuff like that. So Forza is going to be a work in progress for a while. Every night I think to myself, I don't know what I should play. The answer is 9 times out of 10 going to be Forza. Okay, maybe 7 times out of 10. We have another chicken down. Another chicken down. You guys murdered my cop escort, so I'm gonna murder your livestock. That's how this works. I don't know. I think it's going okay. I'm gonna review it. What was that, another chicken? Nope, that's just a reflection. I don't think there's anything else down here, was there? Oh, there might be. There was first aid spray, handgun bullets. I mean, seriously, like, how bad am I at this game? Missing handgun bullets? You don't miss handgun. You can't do that. All right, I'm gonna give you guys a sneak preview. What's on the other side of the door? A hut.
There it is.
And a windmill. And a typewriter. How do we... Oh, that's how. Okay. Down and R1 does the quick turn. Can I hit him? Thank you. Uh-oh. He's on my side of the fence. What do I do? What do I do? I shoot the wood. It's better than shooting the enemy. I just point blank somebody. That chicken right there just laid an egg in fear. That pig. I didn't kill that pig. Okay, he's not dead. All right. That chicken's not dead either. I mean, I'm not out here killing livestock. However, it was a great shot. I got that pearl pendant down from up there, from all the way across the map. Spoiler alert. That's where one of the blue medallions are. I'm not attacking the cows. Really? Are you... Okay, we'll do it from outside in the window. I guess. Seriously? We'll have to remember that for the real playthrough. By the way, I am going to start over. In case you were wondering to yourself. I cannot go in this way.
No good.
No good. All right, everybody, I have good news. On the other side of this gate, that's where we're supposed to go. And I bet you that there's a way to open it. There you have it. Resident Evil, yo. Didn't kill the chickens, didn't kill the goats. I left all of these livestock alive. Hey, I do have a question. Has anybody out there played this game? When you fight El Gigante, does the dog come and help you? Because at the beginning of this game, they've got the dog basically murdered. And that upsets me a great deal. Like, you free a wolf at the beginning of the normal Resident Evil 4, and it looks like that wolf is being picked apart by crows at the beginning of this game. And I don't like that. ¿Dónde está el baño? There's 3 of them. Explosives. So Capcom put out a statement. They were like, no, that's not the dog. Don't worry about the dog. And you're like, but you killed the dog. I don't want to do green and green. I don't think I was the only one that was upset about the dog. Just putting that out there. Fuck was that? I think someone just walked into that explosive downstairs. Remember when I said that we weren't going to keep playing, and here I am still playing? Yeah, that didn't work. Never mind. I guess it did work.
God damn.
Yeah, I got 3 shotgun shells for you, buddy. Would you like to fall down? How did that not kick him down? Really? Well, maybe we'll die right here. Out the window. Okay, let's kick them both. There you go. That's not good. Hey, can a brother get some ammo? Thank you. Kitchen knives are good. Wooden cogs are nice. Ammo's good.
Won't open.
Yeah, someone did wander in here and blow this up. Good for them. More handgun ammo. And let's pop in. Remember when I said there was a way to get to the other side of that gate? Spoiler alert. We made it. And there you go. Bad stuff happens in front of us. Let's put it that way. This game doesn't stop doing bad stuff to you until you finish the game and you can safely fly away from the whole thing. So, there you go. I don't know. I think that's enough of a test for today for Resident Evil. I didn't see the processor spike except for once. Again, I see some stuttering with it, but I don't know. I'm going to have to go back and review that and see what I can figure out. I think it's just XSplit. I don't know what else to do. So, what can I say? It's a thing. Well, 2 tests completed and in the books. Forza Motorsports on the PC. For whatever reason, I bet if I restarted it now, it's probably going to look better, but it didn't look very good on the PC while running the stream. And then Resident Evil's working. And since that is the next game to play for the goal, That's probably more important right now, so that'll work. If worse comes to worse and I need to play Forza Motorsports, I can do it on the Xbox. The Xbox was moved back over there. Wait, where there? Down there. You can't see it, but it's there. The latest we're going to start Resident Evil 4 is Sunday. That'll be at the latest. Seems like a nice October-style Halloween game to play. What do you think? I think we can make that go. It'll be fine. So we'll play Resident Evil at the latest. It'll be Sunday. It may be tomorrow, depending on what's going on. We'll play that for a couple of days. I can't imagine it's going to take me more than 3 or 4 days to beat it. Like, just sit down and push through it. I can't imagine it's going to take 4 days. Maybe. But at that point, even if it does, that'd put us about the 19th, somewhere in that range. Gives us a couple of days to play Sly Cooper. Gives us a couple more days to play Forza Motorsports. Maybe we could even throw in something else in the middle of all that. I don't know. Not Silent Hill. One of you out there is thinking that. I'm telling you now, no. I don't know. Maybe we'll hit the goal and we can start Spider-Man early. I don't know. That comes out on like the 20th. I think we're like 6 days away. So it's next Friday. Is Spider-Man. Next Friday is also Mario Wonder. I don't think that's going to be a right away thing. Right? Escape from Tarkov. That's an idea. Why don't we put a pin in that one? We'll put a pin in it. Okay? We'll put a pin in it. It'll be fine. We'll put a pin in it. Maybe I'll sit down and my colorblind ass will finally play through Castlevania 3. Maybe that can be a thing. Maybe what I'll do is every video game shirt that I wear, I'll play the game of the video game of the shirt that I'm wearing. Just, you know, for continuity's sake. Just so that my stream can be canon. How about that? I'm wearing an Ikaruga shirt. And I'm not playing Ikaruga. See how that works? It's good stuff, right? I don't know. I bet we could get a run of Resident Evil 3 in. I play Resident Evil 3 like a maniac. We get it down to like an hour run. I bet I could burn through that. For Halloween? That could be fun. Maybe one of my children will convince me to play Fortnite. Look, they're good. They're not that good. Convincing me of stuff. I mean, here, I can show you over here. You guys want to see? Quit this. Hang on. Let me get out of this.
Resident Evil 4.
Let's pull this up. There it is. Let's minimize this. Let's put this over here. There we go. Here's my Steam account. And at some point, I did install Dark Souls, Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 3, Elden Ring, and Sekiro. Souls-like doesn't mean anything. You like that category name? Souls-like doesn't mean anything. It's because it's like a Souls game. That doesn't mean anything. Let's see. Let's look at all of the good category names here. Dracula is Alucard backwards. There's 2 Castlevania games in there. Fight is all the fighting games. Can't go wrong with that. Nail guns are cool. That's all the Quake games right there. Rip and Tear. If you didn't know, that was Doom. We got Doom 2016, Doom Eternal. All of those right there. Run and Shoot Gunvolt. Run and Shoot Mega Man. Oh, man, I don't have them in here. There we go. The Cotton Hill Simulator. The Cotton Hill Simulator is nothing but Wolfenstein games. Because Cotton Hill shot him 50 Nazis. Nazis. Shot me 50 men in the war. You want to kill a Nazi? A Nazi scrazzy? Yeah, Cotton Hill Simulator right there. Dragon Quest is greater than Final Fantasy. LeChuck greater than Guybrush. That's a Monkey Island thing. Final Fantasy has a lot of games. And then there's 12 of them here. See, there's a lot of them. I don't know. We got things we could play. There are things in there we could play. Wesker did nothing wrong. Resident Evil 3's installed. Fire that bitch up and beat it in an hour. I could join you on Fortnite. Look, if my kids aren't going to get me to play Fortnite, you're not going to get me to play Fortnite. I'm just saying. Look, I don't make these rules. I'm just telling you the way it is. That's how it goes. We could play more F-Zero 99 while I'm hitting myself in the head. I was saying this the other day. I'm almost, maybe by December, I'm almost in the mood to play Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Almost. Maybe that could be a thing in December. Almost. And if I go back and play Tears of the Kingdom on stream, then who knows? Anything is possible. Maybe I will play Tarkov. I'm just kidding. I'm never playing Tarkov again. Never. Never say never. I'm saying never. We do still need to do the Quarry. I've got this Star Ocean game. Apparently Star Ocean Second Story R is going to be a thing for me before too long. Oh, also, I want you guys to know, I need suggestions on compact, short games to play. I went to my daughter's school concert yesterday, and while all the other choirs were singing, I beat Castlevania 2 while I was there. I need more things to occupy my time like that. So, you know, one of you guys would be like, we can get Dark Souls down to like an hour. No. We're not doing that. I don't know. Maybe we'll play Dark Souls. Dark Souls 1. I've been watching a friend of the program, somebody I've known in real life for a while, the Mistborn. He's been playing Demon Souls on the PS5, and that is actually like the only Souls game I really like. I like how linear it is. I like that you can just like straight through. You can feel yourself get better. It's like, okay, I died in this situation. This is how you should handle it. This is how you get better. Like, I like the feeling of playing Demon Souls. People are trying to convince me that Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3 are linear and have that same experience. Maybe we'll get there. Maybe. I'm saying maybe. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm saying maybe. We'll see how it goes. But in an effort to simplify things, 3 goals this month. First, we play Forza Motorsports. We've done a lot of that, and we'll continue to do that. Second, we play Resident Evil Remaster for 4. Tested it tonight. Seems to work. I think we're going to start that either tomorrow or Sunday. And then 3, we're going to play a Sly Cooper game before the end of the month. One of the ones I haven't finished. 2, 3, or 4. Number 1, I beat that all the time, so that doesn't count. So that's going to be fine. Those are the 3 goals for the month. I say come on back. Tune in. Because you know what's going to happen? One of those 3 goals. 3 goals. That's how it works. So there you go. If you haven't been hanging out tonight, you've been watching the channel, go ahead and push the follow button if you haven't already. That way you can find your way back for when I do the 3 goals. I'm trying to simplify what it is that I'm doing. That's the thing. If you'd like to help put towards the on-screen goal, if we get Spider-Man 2's goal done, that will be goal number 1 for next month. Spider-Man 2. And, yeah, you should come join the community Discord. Why? Because in the community Discord, people talk about things sometimes. It's the easiest way to get a hold of me. I'm not going to lie. So there's the thing. But, yeah, that's what we're doing. 3 goals. Testing for tonight's done. And in line with the 3 goals. I'm going to get out of here. Thank you guys very much for hanging out, doing the thing. And, again, this weekend, there's going to be some Resident Evil 4. I'd come back for it. I think you should too. We'll see you then.
Game over, man. It's game over.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.